13, go. Bethany, could you stand by, please, with wood pigeon? And wood pigeon.
Hang on.
Oh, don't ever say standing by, babes, when you're not standing by. Schoolgirl error. So, I'm going to start that again. So, stand by, Bethany, for wood pigeon. Oh, you really are this time. Here we go. And wood pigeon, go. Lovely. And stand by for ring-collared pigeon, please.
Stand by.
And ring-collared pigeon, go. And stand by for the call of the lollo, please.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, I'll just do a bit of jigsaw.
Standing
Oh,
by.
cool. And call of the lollo, go. And call of the lollo, go. Right, so I've done that for everybody. They were due to popular demand. Due to popular demand, they were. Hurrah. Right, Beth, I've got that yellow flower there. And, oh, yeah, time it now. Yeah, beautiful. She's timing me now. Great. Okay, we're on. The only problem with being this side is I wobble the camera. Yeah, look. Is that not right? That's not right.
Is that right?
Well, no, you're right. That's wrong. So, Beth, look, have a look on this one because this is this. Look.
Oh.
So see if you can get the colours right on the windows. Look, it's purple, blue, orange,
Purple, blue. So
orange.
green.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's down here then.
So
That goes down here. Move that down here. Right. Okay. So welcome back.
That's green,
oh,
isn't it?
yeah.
Green.
So it goes a bit further down here. I think that goes under the orangey one. Cool. We'll try that. Right. Welcome back. So this is episode 13, which is making me laugh because every time I think, they can't have caught up yet. They have. Everybody's listened who wants to listen. So I'm doing them daily. A few things happened overnight. A few notes I've made. First of all, I spoke to my mum earlier. This is my mum. Well, it's not my mum, but that's
her dog.
That's what mum roughly looks like. A combination of these two, if you haven't watched before. And anyway, so I spoke to her earlier, and I broached it to her that she didn't win the lotto, which was heartbreaking because she's got when she went to Tenerife. She met a homeless guy out there, and she really wanted to. If she won the lottery, she wanted to get him somewhere to live. So she was heartbroken. So I had to break that gently. Also, she said to me, a bit like when she said early doors, I had lettuce in my sandwich today, Joe. She said to me today, I like looking at flowers. Now she has been in for 7 weeks on her own, to be fair, and we do chat all the time. But I think she's getting to that point of. Yeah, I like looking at flowers. Anyway, then I said, Mum, you're going to go and walk the dog today just to get out? And she said, yeah, I am. She said, Joe, I've got to get out. Otherwise, I swell up. Now, she didn't sound like Bernard Manning. Or what's his face, the other guy. But she did say that. And just that really made me laugh. I couldn't stop laughing. Just the thought that my mum might swell up like the thingy from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Augustus Gloop, if she doesn't go out for a walk. I don't know, that really pickled me. Yeah, I've got to go out. No, it didn't pickle me, it tickled me. Yeah, I've got to go out, Joe, I'll swell up. She'd ordered some hanging baskets, not from her usual place, because they're not doing them at the moment, much to her sadness. And normally Mum's garden was like a pub garden, the hanging baskets, it could like win best pub. And no, I think it goes along here, but what we've got to do, Beth, is because this is going to be bigger.
Where does this finger go? Where is it?
Where does that? Can you have a look for me? Because do you know, I couldn't find it the other day. Anyway, so she's ordered this, and I collected them for her because they'd arrived in this thing, and I could go out and pick them up. Anyway, she's a bit disappointed because they aren't the size of an oil tanker size. I mean, they're huge ones she normally gets. These were much cheaper, and she's now willing it to grow. I said it'll be pretty when it comes out. So that's the big news from around the corner. And also, Mum's on Facebook, which makes me laugh because it's changed her life, and she's met up with lots of old friends and all sorts. But she calls it the Facebook. So I was on the Facebook. I was on the Facebook last night, Joe. Have you seen it? I said, I'm not on Facebook anymore. I haven't been for years, but I can't remember the details. I was on the Facebook. Are you on Facebook? No, I haven't been on it for years. I was on the Facebook last night, and do you know, that Miguel, he cooks up the most amazing Philippine dishes. So I hear a lot about Miguel cooking in high heels, which I like very much. So I must write to him, thank him, because he's making my mum very happy in lockdown. But yeah, it made me laugh. It's the fate. I don't know why adding the makes me laugh. The Facebook. Anyway, never mind. She's fine. She's safe and she's fine. Oh, slurp of tea. Hold on, cold one. Lynn and Malcolm have emailed, which is nice, as have John and Marie from Cambridge. And Mike, they actually put paid to my nonsense that not many people are interested in sniffing your kimchi, because they have all said, Joe, the minute Mike cracks that open, we'd love to come and smell his kimchi. So I apologise, Mike. I was a bit dismissive of people wanting to do that when you offered it to me. Turns out quite a lot of people want to. So Lynn and Malcolm, John and Marie, when that's broken, when the lockdown is broken, I'm sure Mike will sit there and royally open it for you.
They go up there somewhere.
What's that?
Those flowers. They look like they gum.
They look like trees. Oh, these. That looks like a corner piece though. I think that's down here, but we can't see it. I think.
It just looks the same as...
I know, but actually it's quite... Oh, are there any trees on here, Beth?
Can't find that finger.
No, it's weird. Maybe... Do you know what? It'd be absolutely hilarious if it's a... Ravensburg have given me a different jigsaw to... Is that at the top there? Is it at the top there, on the top left? No. It's weird, isn't it? No, I couldn't find it either. I'll leave that with you, because you've got eagle eyes. Because Dwayne's so impressed by your jigsaw skills and hugely disappointed in mine that actually you've got to do it better to prove your JigJaw worth.
To make Dwayne happy.
To make Dwayne very happy. So Svenny sent me a picture. He tried on his, because it got quite hot at the weekend down in Brighton. Or he's in Hove actually, but he tried on his shorts, and I think it's fair to say that I think the police were quite right to have a word with you on the beach, not just because you were on the beach, but I think from what I can gather they spoke to you about your shorts and Public Decency Act. So I think, and also I think it was quite kind of them to help you up, because obviously you were struggling.
Oh,
and
found it.
You found it where?
It's there.
Show everybody. Right, so these.
It's very tiny though.
These, which we've been looking for. Betty's found it. So it's down here, Beth.
Yes.
Well done. So we know.
It's very tiny.
It's very tiny, but there's no problem.
Just...
But look, the thing is, Beth, Dad's going to have to help us do this, make this bigger. So we're going to have to pull those up there very gently. I know the tablecloth's not helping, and to everybody who's freaking out about the tablecloth, I know. So they go up, because look, this is that.
Oh, okay, so they go up here.
So I should show everybody. Yeah, they go up there, and then this. Well done. Quite tiny whiny.
I think that fits there.
Yeah, well done. Right, so Sarah has written from Canvey saying, Canvey Island, do you know when we'll be allowed to come off Canvey Island? And I think the answer is never. I think what's happened is, I think lockdown of people from Canvey has worked so well, Sarah, that I can't see you ever coming off. I mean, I'll obviously drop down if I can, if I'm allowed on. If I'm allowed on the island, I'll drop sustenance and stuff down, but I can't see. No, that's embarrassing for you, because in front of Dwayne, that is perfect. In fact,
Sorry,
we haven't got that many pieces to put together, but actually it's a little bit tricksy.
It is.
It's a little bit tricksy, Beth. So sorry about that, Sarah, but I mean, you know, oh well. I saw
22 minutes left.
Thank you, 22 minutes left. So I saw 3 cuckoos over the weekend, and they delight me. Although I know that they go into nests and sit on nests and rob them. I'm determined to make you all a little bit of twitcher in you. I was thinking of maybe us crowdfunding a new plum tree for Helen. Who's in? I mean, it has to be hers is 3 years old, so it's got to be substantial. So if anybody fancies helping me out there. Oh, Beth, I think that might go down there.
Yeah, but
No.
That bit looks like it should be part of this. This bit here.
Yeah, you're right.
But I don't know where.
What colour is it?
It's red.
with a little bit of yellow.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't know where.
Down there?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No. Rubbish.
Don't know if it.
Well, here's the box. Enjoy. Right, so Kieran and Bectu have been in touch, and they just said, look, he's a legend in Bectu, and stop him. He's got to keep printing off his little. Don't put him off. Lid back. So no, we won't do that, Kieran. I mean, I'm sorry, Bectu. I know that he's a stalwart, and I know that he always. I mean, he carries around his membership card all the time. Beth, you can have a look where those are. Oh, I think that's the house up the top. I think that's the top. Is it that? It's that little house somehow, isn't it? So that's along the top there. See, Bethy and I are getting quite involved with this today.
It's there.
Beautiful. Right, so I've had an email from Nathan in Sydney, and he has told me that the masturbator has eased off a bit in the what he and Andrew normally watch as part of their routine, their lockdown routine. And I just suddenly wondered. I wonder whether he one day just looked up, because it can't be just you two that have spotted him, right? If all the houses look onto this backyard, it can't just be you. So I wondered whether he suddenly looked up from his music.
Yeah, make a cup of tea and I'll be back.
All right. Yeah, come and tell me when it's over.
Yeah, would you like?
Finished. I mean, not over. Yes, please, because that one was a bit cold. And so I suddenly wondered, Nate, whether he suddenly looked up during his musings and saw, like, little tiny eyes looking out, or phone, like lit up phones. You know when phones light up, and you only see a sieve. I wonder whether he suddenly clocked that he was being watched by absolutely everybody in the neighbourhood. I don't think it sounds like he would actually necessarily care, but it just suddenly really made me giggle. The thought that, he's been cracking on, and suddenly he had a dawning, a very slow dawn, a bit like Svenny when the police came over onto the beach, and his dawning was, right, yes, officer, I will leave. Yeah, I appreciate there are children around and they shouldn't see that. So yeah, that made me laugh. What I did realise watching Gardener's World at the weekend, can you tell how rock and roll I am? Is what I really laughed at was that I've planted all these seeds. I've shown you a real little tiny bit of it. Okay, so I have just making sure my head's not in here. I've planted up so many seeds, but what I did, it didn't occur to me, is that you're meant to do it like every other two, like plant some, then 2 weeks later plant some, then 2 weeks after that plant some, so that you don't have, which I will have, 40 radishes, 40 turnips, 8 cabbages, 8 cauliflowers. Everything's going to happen at the same time. And I don't suppose I didn't really think it through. And when I was watching the beautiful Rachel de Tame doing her gardening in her enviable garden, the crashing reality that not only have I ruined every bucket that my husband possesses, but also we're going to have to eat a phenomenal amount of vegetables well, they perish, don't they? So, and I don't think you can freeze cabbage. So that's just something else I've mugged. I've totally mugged it. I literally, when I was watching it on Friday, Matt said, "Oh, did you do that? Did you do like some at a time?" Well, no, and it's completely apparent because also I just went like that with a little spade. It's not a spade. What's it called? A trowel, like that. And I just, like Rachel de Tame was elegantly putting one seed in, one seed, like nicely distanced. I have thrown the seeds in, and I've got spinach in a lump there, and I've got turnips in a lump there, and they're all going to be tiny and skinny because I haven't spaced it. Absolute mess. It made me happy for about, I don't know, but now the logistics of actually shimming all this stuff around and thinning it out, I think I might just give it. I mean, in nature they wouldn't be doing that, would they? If they self-seeded, they wouldn't thin themselves out. So I don't know whether to do it really organic and just see how it happens. Have any of you watched Biggest Little Farm? Have you? Because if you haven't, you have to. Like a law. A JigJaw law. Oh, Beth now trying to open a door, right? She's trying to open a door with 2 mugs. Will she have the intelligence to put one down? Put one down? No? No, don't cup it. Oh, no, she's trying to wedge it under her arm and between her breasts. Here we go. Oh, she's done it. She's put one down. Well done. I need you to line up a track for me, Beth, actually. I know, it's very busy. I told you. Now, another thing at the weekend, I had an email. So Ben emailed and said, thanks for the shout out about my veterinary staff. And he had a lot more offers to worm than he thought. And what he did see was a couple of people were so delighted to see his van that they were actually dragging their bottoms along the pavement to see him. So they were they needed him. Oh, thanks. Nice. Thank you. Could you line up? I'm going to whisper it. Could you line up Christine and the Queens? Just the opening, right? Stand by, because this music as well, I'm going to make sure it becomes an earworm. Like the cuckoo, not the cuckoo, wood pigeon, ring-collared dove, and the call of the lollo, right? Claire emailed. Claire, who I mentioned yesterday, has decided to dress as a Pearly Queen and made her family dress as a Pearly family. Pearly King and Queens, East London. Google it, Australia. She's made the whole family dress as that. And anyway, she said that she keeps getting caught on. She's got a lot of scatter cushions in her house, and she keeps getting caught on. Like when she does it, she gets all her pearls get caught on the scatter cushion tassels, and she said the dishwasher's a nightmare when she's leaning over leaning over the dishwasher. Right, could you stand by for that intro music, please? Here we go, and intro music, go. Okay. Thank you, Bethany. Right, so everybody should listen, and well, actually, you should stay on the YouTube and you should watch Christine and the Queens, Tilted. Now, that not only Liz loves the ring-collared dove, she loves the wood pigeon, she loves the call of the lollo, she loves Tilted, and I agree with her, and everybody should watch that. I'm going to try and make you see some culture things, because this isn't culture, so I'm trying to encourage you to do that.
We've got 14 minutes left.
14?
Yes.
Crikey. Yeah. We haven't really done very much of this. Now let's just gather ourselves, because Beth, let's look at the lid, because I'm moving these pieces around. I've got a nice lot of greenery. See, that's that best. So that bit is here, and it comes up to here to this cupboard. Then I've got this weird laddery bit, and then we go to yellow. That's all good. That doesn't quite work yet.
No.
Does it?
Because you've also got that red bit there as well, Mum.
Oh, hang on.
The green bit.
Does that go there? That goes there. That goes there. Oh, it's because we can't get our faces in. You got your face. You got your nose in. Oh, you've broken the magic. But what's really funny, I had to take painkillers last night, right? Because I think I've got repetitive strain from stretching. Yeah, Beth, we're gonna have to work out how to get your nose out. You might be recognised in the street. You might be mobbed.
I don't think that goes there.
That really doesn't, does it? No. Which bit did you say? This bit?
I think that bit goes. No.
Where's the green?
But that bit is part of it. Looks like.
It really is. It's the green.
Must be this bit here.
There must be another bit.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get my nose in.
Yeah, Bethany, how embarrassing.
I didn't mean.
I didn't mean to.
I'm
only messing.
I
don't think anybody will mob you in the street, Beth, for many reasons. Because nobody's really listening to this apart from Dwayne, Nathan, and Liz, and also your nose. Your nose isn't that. If I'll be amazed if suddenly you get pulled. Well, who knows? Who knows? Ah, Beth, it's that bit. Look.
Oh.
So it goes on here. There we go. There we go.
That must join.
Yeah. So we need another little bit there. That's not. Oh, it's coming together.
I thought that bit goes there. That bit. No.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
I haven't got my face in there, have I?
No. I love that we're trying to really not be seen. So I mentioned about Claire's pearls getting caught. No, that doesn't. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. There's a bit. There must be a little bit in between, Beth. These look like they go somewhere. Oh, what's that? No, that's your side.
Oh.
That's your side. That's brickwork. So yeah, Claire gets getting caught. Also, fiance Ollie sulking again. I smashed out 2 excellent words early doors with him, and he's gone off grid because like fiance Zoe said, like the minute he's winning, he's delighted. Like he screams and whelps. Whelps? No, he doesn't whelp. He screams, just as he screams, with like smug joy down there in Devon. But the minute I smash a couple of good words back, which I did this morning, silence. The humour goes, he loses it. So
It goes there.
okay, good girl. Now, does anybody watch BBC Weather? Because we love Thomas Schaffernacker. If you don't have BBC Weather, then you should try and find Thomas Schaffernacker. He's delightful. We'd love to meet. In fact, Dwayne, I'd quite like to partner him in Strictly in answer to one of your questions yesterday. Because if Will Ferrell wasn't available, Thomas Schaffernacker. What's brilliant about Thomas Schaffernacker? He's a very cool weather guy, and we just love him. Now let's just look at what you're doing there. So you were trying to do that. Yeah. So Beth just had some sort of morning breakdown where she was trying to put the upside. Oh, good lord! See, Dwayne, you bigged her up, and now she's blowing the magic for you. But Thomas has got very, very big lockdown hair. So if you watch the weather tonight with Thomas, if he's on, which I hope he is, because everybody should see him, his hair, bless him, is just growing upwards, and I don't know how to get hold. I might try and write to the Met Office and just say big high five, because he's doing so well to deliver such weathery news with such an inordinately large hair. I mean, he's giving my mother a right run for her money. Basically, Thomas Schaffernacker is giving old Nanny Tish a right run for her money. Oh, sorry. Now I'm getting a bit of... These I think I'm going to have to present better. Like, the utility should...
You need to get a better picture of Liz there.
I need to get a better picture of Liz, because it's all right in that light, but when it goes like that, you can't really... From a distance, I don't think it's reading. So I need to... When we readdress the whole issue here, because we need to get bigger, I will have to just... I'll have to make this look a bit more classy. It's not looking that classy, is it? It looks like bits of A4 paper, which it is.
You need to get like a frame or something.
I do. I have to make it look nicer, Beth. I'm going to have. I've got. What I'm laughing at, Beth, is one about you. Is that Bethany has a massively irrational disliking of, and say her name, Fiona Bruce, who presents Antiques Roadshow. We like a bit of Antiques Roadshow, three of us in the house, but the fourth one of us, Bethany, has an absolute...
I don't like it.
I don't know why, but Fiona Bruce, one of the most innocuous, lovely looking, lovely
She is
people.
lovely, but she's just annoying.
So, but
I just find her a little bit...
It just came out. It just came out, didn't it? That you have this... Oh, look at that. Beth, what's that bit? Oh, where does this go? Is it up the top? No.
No.
Like a wooden... Oh, gosh. Right, I'll leave that with you as well. Oh, is that? No, fool. Yeah, so Bethany had a really... It's light entertainment is really getting to my kids. But we love Schaffernacker, and you don't mind Schaffernacker, do you?
I don't mind
Ain't got a problem. But the Bruce, the Fiona Bruce, who just politely goes around the country getting people's antiques valued, brings Beth out in quite a rage.
No, it's that, and also it's that she does this Newsnight thing, which is annoying.
Newsnight annoys you?
Yes, Newsnight annoys me.
I'll tell you what annoys me. My second proof of a loaf, because now...
Can I have a look?
Have the box, yeah. So because we've become like we don't buy bread anymore. Apparently, it's really last year to buy your own bread. I'll be making my own shoes soon with that trendy. And what is hilarious is that I make some of the loaves, because we run out. We eat so much, we have to make it. We've all had to join in, like wartime spirit on this. And anyway. So I do the first proof, and it sits in the airing cupboard. It's all lovely. It goes huge, and then you fashion it into the shape of a loaf, and then you have to leave it, right? But I always forget. I literally always get distracted or think about something else and just do something else. And as I said, for some reason 3 times there, and it all goes enormous and floppy. And then Fred, tells me off. He then says, well, why did you do that? You knew you had to, what, it's gone huge, like this loaf has gone like
Basically,
flop.
Fred's
So
better at proving than you.
it turns out that Fred not only is very bright, is he, but also he's very good at not making the second proof go floppy. He is better at Can you not find that? Oh, I think it's a book. It's a book. It says World. It says War and Peace.
Ah.
So I think it's one of these books. Because these are books along here. But, what I'm going to do is lay these out and then when we get the camera sorted, I keep saying it, but no one's, the boys haven't really come in and helped yet.
No.
Have they? Oh,
I
look,
have.
You have been brilliant.
I have come in.
Yeah, and you've had a shout out from Dwayne, who is like an avid,
Dwayne's
he's a,
get her in, or
yeah, get her
you're
in.
not going to finish this puzzle.
Well, I think he's sussed it.
Yeah.
He's absolutely sussed it. Oh, Beth, is that a book? A blue one? No.
There's loads of blue ones, Mum.
Okay.
And you've got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes. Well, I think what we'd just allow for then is, I'm going to say to people, if you want to write me any more questions, I do have a nice lot of questions from people, which is very pleasing. And I think it's really nice that you all feel that you can write, and you know, you can absolutely feel as free as you like Dwayne has. Like Dwayne was, you know, has told us quite a lot about himself. Pop those bits up there, babe, because I think they will ultimately go up there. This looks like... So, yeah, any questions I'd very much like. And, I tell you what, big shout out to the follow spots who are listening, who we've worked with for many years, and some just once, but they were just heaven. So, Terry, who, you know, Terry, who's the one, he was disappointed when he first met me. I underwhelmed him.
Oh, that looks like
with...
a book.
Which
no,
one? This one? Yeah.
No, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You are correct. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know, Terry, who was underwhelmed by me, and then he wrote and said, I'm surprisingly enjoying it, that one. Well, he's told me that some of the follow spots are listening, and that's delighted me, because they're a lovely gang. So, Bethany, I think I don't think once again, I've hardly achieved anything in this.
This is broken.
That's the broken bit. That's really irritating. But this is a joy, because that randomly must go there. It's a yellow bit, but it's a bit of brickwork.
Yeah, but
or is it over here? I don't know. Anyway, we are coming to the end of our time, and there seem to be more questions than answers. Let's just see if we can get any more little bit, because we're so close to having all the edges. It's just then putting them all together, isn't it? What's that? No. I can't wait for someone to be... once we do this, the lockdown comes down, I can't wait to actually have guests in here. That's going to be most pleasing. Hopefully...
That's a bit of a book.
That is a bit of a book. Correcto.
But wherever that...
There.
Oh, there we go.
Then can we join some more books up? Can we? Listen, we're going to love you and leave you. We're going to just keep looking at this for a minute, and then... but thank you very much for joining us in episode 13. I really appreciate anybody listening at all. But I've got 47 subscribers, which 13 days ago I had none. So,
wow.
Thank you very much. Keep listening, keep writing. I love you all very much. Beth, let's do our casual wave. Here we go. Oh, she's going to play. I wasn't expecting you to do that. That's great. Let's leave it with the call of the Lolo. Bethy, I love that you are now my sound machine. Who was the sound machine? What was her name? Gloria Estefan and the sound. No. Was it the Estefan? Right, stand by, Beth. Let's leave it with the call of the Lolo. And call of the Lolo, go.